Hello and welcome back to Baking by Leah. This week I'm going to be making a chicken pie. I'm going to put my saucepan on a low heat. I'm going to add in my butter and completely melt it. I'm now going to add in my blended onions. Now I'm going to add in 2 bay leaves and rosemary. And finally, I'm going to add my chicken and fry it for 10 to 12 minutes. I'm now going to add in 2 tablespoons of plain flour. I'm now going to pour in 100 millilitres of white wine and leave it to bubble for 1 minute. Now going to stir in 300 millilitres of chicken stock, a 100 millilitres of crème fraîche, and finally I'm going to add a tablespoon of whole grain mustard. I'm now going to turn my heat down to a simmer. I'm going to leave it to simmer for 10 minutes just to make sure that the chicken is cooked through and it has taken on all the flavour from the sauce. I'm now going to take my chicken filling and pour it into a separate bowl. I'm now going to leave it to cool for 2 hours, or if you have time, you can leave it to cool overnight. I am going to take my homemade pastry and line my tin. I'm now going to roll out my topping of my pie. To make my short crust pastry, I added 150 grams of butter and 400 grams of self-raising flour into a bowl. I rubbed the butter and the flour with a large pinch of salt until it formed breadcrumbs. I then added half of a beaten egg and 4 tablespoons of cold water. This should bring it together to form a dough ball. If the dough ball hasn't formed, you can add a little more water if you need. I then rolled it into a ball and put it in the fridge to chill for 1 hour. Before I can add my chicken pie filling, I'm going to go through and find the bay leaves that I put in earlier. Now I can add my filling. Now my lid is on, I'm going to pull it back slightly and brush some egg around the edge. I can now cut away the excess off the top. I'm also going to take a fork to make sure the side of the pie is closed. I lined my tin with a bit of butter and greaseproof paper. I have preheated my fan oven to 200 degrees and I'm going to bake it in the centre of the oven for 40 minutes while keeping an eye on it until it goes golden brown. Thank you for watching this week's YouTube video. I hope you enjoyed it.